Hey girls, I'm just going to show you today how to use those pans you have now to make grilled cheese, grilled ham and cheese, okay? So it comes out really good, so I'm just going to show you what you need. So here you see you're going to need your plate and this cover. Now if you don't have a cover like this, that's fine. You can use aluminum foil and this way it'll cover, especially the little pan you have. It's not a big deal. All right, you don't need much aluminum foil. But there's the cheese. All right, you don't need, the best cheese is like soft cheese. I just love Munster cheese. That's why I got Munster cheese. All right, but you can use any kind of cheese. The softer it is, the better. All right, and there's my bread. All right, and this is Italian dressing, okay? Yes, Italian dressing on grilled cheese. You'll see when I apply it, when it'll be really good. All right, and then here's the ham, all right, and here's a tomato for afterwards, and a plate, and there's the pan for flipping. And okay, yeah, the one other thing you want to have is the butter. I'm going to show you why the butter becomes important. All right, now I took it out of the refrigerator, so what you might want to do is put it in the microwave, not for 20 seconds. Make sure you put it on defrost for about 20 seconds. You may need a little longer, 20-30 seconds. Okay, and make sure it's the defrost setting. Otherwise, you'll get a big blob. You'll get a big liquid mess. So now this butter I have is Irish butter. It's really good. And it's naturally a little softer than most butters. So even when you put it in the refrigerator, it's a little soft. But you can see how soft it is here. I hope nobody else wants to eat my butter. All right. All right. So now other butters that you would normally buy in the store are a little harder, so you might want to, you may have to use it, you may have to put it in the defrost setting a little longer than 20 seconds. Okay, now, because I have a big giant pan, and you girls have a little tiny pan, all right, you may have to cut your bread to fit your pan, okay? So the first thing I do is take some of this butter and just spread it. Just spread it all on the outside. Okay, just put a whole bunch of it there. All right, you don't, I mean, I like a lot of butter on it just because when you're cooking on it, cooking with it, it toasts the bread really good. Okay, and so just get enough butter to cover the entire piece of bread. Now, because yours is small, and even this is small, one piece of bread is fine. Just stack it with a whole bunch of cheese and ham, and you don't need 2 slices of bread. All right, and so you take the butter and put it butter side down, right? And then, now, it doesn't really matter what order you put the ham and cheese on, but I'm going to put ham first because after I make the grilled cheese, that's when I put the salad dressing on the bread. And if I put the cheese on first, it'll stick to the bread and I won't be able to put it on the bread, the salad dressing. So this way the ham doesn't stick to the bread. It makes it easier to put the salad dressing on. So I just put one layer of ham down. All right, and then I'll take out, put one layer of cheese. Now, since the bread's a little not as wide enough for 2 slices of cheese, just so this way, and then let me taste the ham first. Make sure it's not poisoned. Okay, it's good. All right, and then I'll take another thing of ham, put it down, and then put another piece of cheese. All right, and then put another layer of ham. So you're alternating between the ham and the cheese. Now, however much you want to do this is up to you. All right. Now, this is the important part. Making sure you put the, whatever you use, whether or not it's a lid or the aluminum foil, doesn't matter which one, just something to trap in the heat. Okay, and you don't want to put it on high heat. If the high heat's just to get it started, but then you turn it down really low. Okay, really low. It doesn't need to be high at all. All right, because what'll end up happening, if it's high, the bread will just burn and the cheese won't melt. All right, so you want it really low, and then you just sit and watch it. And I'm going to hit pause right now because it's just going to get boring to watch. All right, so what you're going to have to do now is just watch it the whole time. Now it's starting to fog up a little bit, but you're going to have to watch it for, if you look at the cheese, you got to see if it's melting. And I don't know if you can hear that. All right, so I don't know. Let me see the bottom. All right, the bottom looks good. Doesn't look burnt yet, but the cheese isn't quite melted yet, so I got to put it on some more. All right, pausing again. All right, so I just looked at the bottom and it's brown. It's not burnt. I usually end up burning it. All right, so now I'll explain to you what I'm going to do. All right, the lower you can keep the flame and the longer you can keep the lid on the thing without lifting it up, the more the cheese will melt and the less the bottom will be burnt. All right, so just put it here. Then, now you can do this or you don't have to do this. It's up to you whether or not. So then I'll cut the tomato into the slices I want. Not too thick. All right, now there was a kind of a nasty part here. It's all mushy. And if you're cutting, you got to be really careful so you don't cut your fingers, little girls. But your mom still needs to teach you how to cut because you're going to have to do it anyway. So you just have, and I bought her a really, really sharp knife. So, okay. So I just place them like this. All right. Actually, you only need to do it about to half of the sandwich, because once you cut the sandwich in half, right? So only put the tomato. I mean, you put as much tomatoes on as you like, or cut the slices as thick as you want. So it depends on how much you really like tomatoes. So, but you only put it on half. So if you like a lot of tomatoes, just make the slices thicker, okay, rather than having it on both sides. So this way you take that half, put it here. Now I don't know if you can see that it came out pretty good. It's not burnt, but it's toasted. Okay, now this is the part that I really like, right? So the cheeses, those cheese stuck to it. So I take my Italian dressing, and this is what I really like. Right, but I like Italian dressing on pizza too, so it's really, really, really good. I just love Italian dressing. I put it on just about. I like it on chicken. I can put it on fish. I can put it on a lot of stuff. All right, and if you really want the Italian dressing to soak in, all right, you pour some on the plate too. And then put the sandwich bread on top of it. All right, and then it'll be soaked with Italian dressing. I really like Italian dressing. But the Italian dressing I have, I don't buy from the store. I make my own. I use this. And I love this. All right. Well, let me see. I might as well give you a taste of what it tastes like. It's a little sloppy here, so that's the bad thing about using so much dressing. It's sloppy. That's really good. All right, All right, girl. Have a good time.